3 Upsetting True Horror Stories compilation. Story 1. The Watcher House. Location: Westfield, New Jersey. Year: 2014. Derek and Maria Broaddus had just purchased a beautiful 6-bedroom home in a peaceful neighborhood. They dreamed of raising their 3 children there, imagining birthdays in the backyard and cozy winters by the fireplace. But before they could fully move in, an anonymous letter arrived in the mailbox. It was typed polite, yet strange. "Welcome to the neighborhood," it read. "I've been watching 657 Boulevard for decades. My grandfather watched the house in the 1920s, my father in the 1960s. Now it's my turn." The letter mentioned the children by their nicknames, noting their movements. "Do they play in the backyard? Or is it the basement where they hide?" it asked. The writer referred to them as young blood, as if the house had been waiting. More letters arrived, each one more unnerving. The Watcher, as the writer called themselves, seemed to know intimate details about the family's routines, the layout of the home, even what renovations were being planned. "Have they found what's in the walls yet?" one letter asked. "Soon they will." Police were called. Investigations were launched. The Broadduses installed security cameras and even hired private detectives, but the source of the letters remained a mystery. Suspicion circled neighbors, but no clear answers emerged. The family, too unsettled to move in, eventually sold the house years later, still under the cloud of mystery. The Watcher was never identified, and the story still echoes in true crime communities as one of the most puzzling modern-day neighborhood mysteries. Story 2. The Silent Tenant. Location: Tokyo, Japan. Year: 2008. A man living alone in a small Tokyo apartment began noticing odd occurrences. Food seemed to be missing from his fridge. Items were slightly moved. At first, he chalked it up to forgetfulness or clumsiness. But soon, the feeling of being watched crept in. Late at night, he thought he heard faint shuffling noises. Still, nothing was ever found, until he installed a small security camera to ease his mind. What he saw shocked him: a figure moving cautiously around the apartment while he was away or asleep. After reviewing the footage, he alerted the authorities. A thorough search revealed a hidden storage area above a built-in closet. There, tucked away behind a panel, they found a woman, alive and quiet. She had apparently been living there for almost a year. She had no connection to the man. She had slipped in one day when he left the door unlocked and simply stayed. She used the apartment sparingly, eating small amounts and only moving when she was sure the coast was clear. No harm was done, but the realization that someone could share your living space unnoticed for months sent chills through the community. The man moved out shortly after. The woman was taken in for mental health evaluation. The case raised questions about urban isolation and security in crowded cities. Story 3. The Rented Room. Location: Los Angeles, California. Year: 2012. When a young woman named Samantha rented a spare room in her home to a quiet, polite man named Tom, she thought she had found the perfect tenant. He paid rent on time, kept to himself, and rarely made any noise. Weeks turned into months, but slowly, small things started to seem off. Tom never received mail. He never had visitors. He always locked his room, even when going to the kitchen. One day, Samantha noticed the smell of something chemical coming from his room. She knocked. No answer. The smell grew stronger by the day. She asked him about it once, and he brushed it off with a smile, claiming he was cleaning some old furniture. But curiosity got the best of her. While he was out, she used the spare key to check the room. To her shock, the room was empty, completely bare. No bed, no clothing, no personal items. Just a chair, a notebook filled with strange observations, and dozens of maps of the neighborhood marked with red circles. His lease paperwork was fake. The name Tom wasn't real. She called the police, who discovered that he had been renting rooms across the city under different identities. Though he hadn't harmed anyone, his reasons for moving so frequently and keeping such detailed records of strangers remain unknown. Samantha changed the locks and never rented her space out again.